In today's Daily Dish with Pastapadre, NHL 15 has released and the reviews are pouring in. The FIFA 15 demo is out now, and some high-profile changes will be made in the next Madden 15 roster update. What looked to be a promising year for NHL 15 has crashed and burned due to the alarmingly bare-bones nature of the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version, and EA Sports' extremely poor handling of the situation. Reviewers have taken notice as the game currently sits at 60 on Metacritic. Now, that isn't NBA Live 14 bad, it was a 43, but it falls below a complete disaster in MLB 2K9, which was a 64, and even the most recent disappointment from EA with the launch of the UFC franchise, that one was able to scratch its way up to 70. The critic score on Metacritic for NHL 15 might be even worse than some of those examples because of where the series is coming from. This is an award-winning franchise that has consistently scored in the mid to high 80s on Metacritic. It's fairly unprecedented for an annual franchise, let alone one held in such high regard, to drop 20 points from one year to the next. It wasn't a sure thing that the more mainstream review sites would pick up on the lack of content. Often reviews from the majority tend to trend a year or two behind fan sentiment, but most have done a good job of representing that in their assessments. Unfortunately, IGN and Game Trailers posted scores that make it clear they're more worried about not offending EA than being honest to their readership. User scores are even more harsh, with 1 to 1.5 stars on Amazon and under 3 on Metacritic. This is about the worst case scenario for EA Sports, as this release has damaged the brand and possibly irreparably so. There's no guarantee that those they've lost this year will return next year. The demo for FIFA 15 is out now on the Xbox One, 360, PS3, and PC. When you're listening to this, it'll either already be out on the PS4 or at the latest on Wednesday. The demo features 8 clubs and matches with 4-minute halves. There's also a run-through of Ultimate Team with some pre-built squads to try out. To me, FIFA 15's demo might be the most impressive one for a sports game I've played in at least 5 years. The game is really phenomenal, and it's rare to say that in what is perceived by many as just a typical yearly upgrade. Certainly an impression like that is rare from a stripped-down demo. I can't remember seeing so much so quickly in any other sports game demo. The improvements to the goalies were not overblown by EA. There have been some spectacular looking saves made. The emotion in players is spotlighted really well. The crowd is so into it all, and the presentation is excellent. The replays and highlight reels are even compelling enough to watch all the way through. The dynamic nature of gameplay is evident, and that's a huge factor in the enjoyment. The ball being deflected for goals or near misses, that's thrilling. And even having potential goals called off because of offsides, that's a realistic touch that makes an impact. It's really a brilliant demo, and I suggest everyone download it and at least give it a try. Just reading over feature lists or watching videos doesn't do all of the improvements justice. FIFA 14 was a fantastic game, but FIFA 15 feels like it could be much more than that. The first in-season roster update for Madden NFL 15 will come late this week, likely on Friday. And besides the first reaction to performances, the update is especially newsworthy because it will remove Ray Rice from the game. Rice was released by the Ravens and subsequently suspended indefinitely by the league. He will still remain in any ongoing franchises or any old roster sets, but he won't be anywhere to be found in the newest rosters released by EA. It'll be interesting to see if he gets the full Aaron Hernandez treatment. Hernandez was removed from the rosters in Madden and removed from Ultimate Team modes in both Madden and NCAA football. I would expect Rice to be gone from Ultimate Team packs. However, whether EA can go in and remove him completely from those who already have him in the mode, or if they have the desire to do that, is less certain. If they can, they would likely do what they did in NCAA, which was to swap him out for a comparable replacement. In terms of players to look for in ratings movement, rookies like Allen Hurns and Kelvin Benjamin will get some extra credit for showing up and putting up numbers in their debuts. Matt Ryan and Le'Veon Bell had huge weeks, and they'll benefit from that also. On the downside are players like Jay Cutler, Tony Romo, and Kenny Vaccaro. Major injuries have knocked out Derek Johnson and Robert Mathis for the season. Jadeveon Clowney, Evan Mathis, and a few others are shelved for significant stretches of time as well. Make sure to visit Pastapadre.com for all the latest sports gaming news and analysis. follow on Twitter at Pastapadre, and subscribe on YouTube. Thanks everyone for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another Daily Dish.